Our journey starts at Porthcawl, where we are set to join the Waverley at 10 a.m. We've arrived half an hour early to get ahead of the queue, but it looks as though everyone else has had the same idea. We can't believe that all these people can fit on such a small boat. The Waverley certainly draws in the crowds, and everyone was waiting in anticipation for her arrival. Walking to the back of the queue, we started to panic that we may not all fit on. Within a few minutes, there was an excitement rumbling through the crowds as the two funnels of the Waverley could be spotted in the distance. Those red, white and black funnels really are unique and creates a touch of splendour to Porthcawl's nautical seafront. As the embarkation process commenced, the queues started to move rather quickly. Even at this point, it was difficult to see how everyone would fit on. By now, we were pretty much to the back of the queue. But we had absolutely no problem getting on board. Everything was organised so well, like a well-oiled machine. Such is the Waverley. And we are on. Securing the gangways into position, we got ready for sail away. It's June the 18th, 2025 on a spectacularly sunny morning, and we are leaving Porthcawl on the famous Waverley. Waving goodbye to Porthcawl, I could not help but feel really special. This is our second time on the Waverley, but I still wanted to explore the ship. And she has surprisingly a lot to offer, such as this really spacious bar. The Waverley Ale made a fantastic gift. Talking of gifts, there's a delightful souvenir shop run by volunteers. There are some really lovely gifts on offer, and all of the proceeds go towards maintaining the ship. There is a surprisingly large restaurant with ample seating where fresh meals are cooked throughout the day. And if you fancy something a little lighter, there are fresh made sandwiches, beverages and cakes. But it's mid-morning and I'm starting to smell the breakfast cooking. I think a day trip is technically a holiday, so it's perfectly acceptable to indulge. And the prices are actually very reasonable. But the real soul of this ship is its engine. This is a triple expansion diagonal steam engine. Passengers can observe the engine in motion through large open viewing areas. It's a living exhibit of maritime heritage, meticulously maintained and restored, and it is awesome to watch. So, one question: is the Waverley a ship or a boat? It is a gloriously sunny day, and most people are out on the deck, basking in the sunshine and taking in the views. Unlike the last time when we were on the Waverley, so far the sea is very calm. Our last sailing was from Swansea to Pembroke Dock, and boy was that a different experience. But the movement today on the ship is gentle and relaxing. The ship's capacity is 400 passengers, which is surprisingly large. Today it is fully booked, but there's no problem getting a seat or manoeuvring around the ship. Today's sailing takes us from Porthcawl through to Minehead, on to Ilfracombe and ending in Lundy Island, with a return sailing back to Porthcawl. Within a few hours of cruising and taking in the spectacular views, we start to head to our first stop. As we approach Minehead, we spot the Butlins skyline. We have fond memories of this place, spending many summers with our children. We've never seen Minehead from this angle, so this is a real treat. And I have to say, on approaching the dock, it looked very Mediterranean. There were lots of spectators waiting to greet the Waverley. And after passengers embarked and disembarked the ship, we continued onwards. The Waverley is the last seagoing paddle steamer in the world. Built in 1946, it entered service in 1947. In 1974, it was gifted for the grand sum of just £1 to a company formed by the Paddle Steamer Preservation Society. On May 2nd, 1975, Waverley carried her first passengers. She departed Glasgow with a magnificent send-off, and those on board that first sailing had helped in some way return the Waverley back to service. There's a great atmosphere on board, and we relax, taking in the views until we arrive at Ilfracombe. We have disembarked the ship at Ilfracombe and used the opportunity to view the ship from the dock, and the red funnels create a colourful contrast against the turquoise coastline. We watch in admiration as she slowly glides out of the harbour. As the paddles are unable to turn in different directions, the mooring line is used to help the ship swing around and face the right direction. On course, it's full paddle power. And the sound of the paddles gaining momentum is amazing. What a view! And just like that, she was gone.
Down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow.
We have 6 hours in Ilfracombe, so we're keen to explore the town. St Nicholas Chapel is a must-see. Built around 1321, St Nicholas is the patron saint of sailors.
Came up and caught her hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low.
And it also makes a great viewing point. The rest of the day is spent exploring as much of the town as we can possibly fit into 6 hours.
Line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go.
The hours passed surprisingly quickly, and before too long, we were heading back to be collected by the beautiful Waverley. As we waited in anticipation, we couldn't help but compete on who was going to spot her first. Obviously, I won. There isn't a cloud in the sky, and the still waters create an amazing reflection. She really is an absolutely stunning ship. And if the day wasn't perfect enough, we are treated to the most glorious sunset as we leisurely head back to where we started from.
Nice.